everyone, my name is JT and today I'll be bringing you through a simple flow class that focuses a lot on some fundamental poses. So today we'll try our best to go into a flow, but the most important thing is to get the alignment correct. So when you're ready, just come to a very comfortable seated position on the mat. If you like, you can come to hero's pose, or if you like, just cross your legs, sit comfortably for the next few moments. So come to your seated position, wherever you are, ground through your sit bones, be in your hero's pose or cross-legged. Bring your palms to your knees or your thighs, and if you have not already, just gently close your eyes. Take this time now to arrive on your mat, to leave all of the stresses of work, of school, of home, and of the world behind. And just take the next few moments to dedicate this practice to yourself. If you like, you can set an intention for your practice as well. That could be to find a bit more balance for today, or maybe just to find that correct alignment in your yoga practice. We'll start this practice with one deep inhalation and one long exhalation. So inhale very deeply through your nose and exhale very slowly through your nose. Now come back to normal breathing and notice your breath. However you're feeling today, always come back to the breath and recenter yourself if need be. Now gently bring your palms to heart center. Thank yourself for arriving on this mat. Give yourself a gentle bow. Come back up. Namaste. So first we'll start off with a very nice side stretch. Just slowly raise up your left hand. Walk your right hand away from your body and feel the lovely stretch on your entire left side of your body. If this is okay for you, maybe slowly ground your entire forearm to the floor. Rotate the chest a little more, shine it towards the ceiling. On your next inhalation here, slowly come all the way up and then we will change sides. So bring up your right hand, walk your left hand away, maybe place the palm down first. And if this is alright, then bring your forearm down, rotate the chest, shine it towards the ceiling, look towards your fingers maybe. Try and keep your sit bones as grounded as possible. On your next inhalation, come all the way back up. And we're just going to come into a very gentle twist. So place your left hand on your right knee. Your right hand goes behind. And as you inhale, you're just going to lengthen the spine a little bit here. And as you exhale, you're going to twist and look towards the back. Stay here and breathe for one more breath. And on your next inhalation, come back to center and then we will change sides. So once again, as you inhale, first lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, then twist to look towards the back. Stay here for one breath. On your next inhalation, come back to center and then slowly make your way to a very comfortable tabletop position. So we're going to come into a few rounds of cat and cow over here. So just be mindful that your shoulders are stacked above your wrists and your hips are stacked above your knees. So as you inhale, just drop your belly, look towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, curl everything in, look towards your navel. Project it back a little more. Inhale once again, drop your belly, look towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, curl everything in, look towards your navel. One last time, go a bit deeper this time. Inhale, look towards the ceiling, come to a very nice cow pose. And as you exhale, curl everything in, look towards your navel. This time, slowly sit your bum all the way back down, come into your child's pose. In your child's pose here, you can take a few variations. Variation 1 is to sit how you are, where your knees are just slightly parted. Option 2, you can come to a very nice wide-legged child's pose, where your knees are met width apart and your toes are touching each other. For your arms, you can let it rest on the ground, option 1. Option 2, you can bring it to your side if you like. Or option 3, the option that I like to take most of the time, is a very active child's pose. And for our first child's pose of today, I would recommend that we keep our elbows off the ground. If you like to come onto your fingertips, you can. If not, you can just place your palm on the floor. Feel a very nice stretch on your entire back over here as you try to sit your sit bones as much as you can towards the ground. So feel the very lovely stretch here. Maybe melt your chest, melt your tummy down to the ground a little more. Stay here for one more breath. And on the next inhalation, walk your palm a little bit in before you slowly find your way into your very first downward facing dog. So once you are here in your first downward dog of today, we just want to pedal it out first. Don't worry about the alignment at this point in time. Just pedal out your feet over here. Maybe sway from side to side if that feels nice for you. Do whatever you need over here to just warm up your hamstrings, to warm up your glutes, your calf muscles, and your back. One thing that I like to do very much in my downward facing dog is to bend my knees as much as I can, to press my tummy as close to my thighs as possible so I feel a very nice stretch on my entire upper back. And then slowly come to stillness wherever you are in your downward facing dog. Just check your alignment, that you are forming a very nice triangle here. So your hips are pointed towards the ceiling. You're trying to push away from the floor. Your heels are grounded firmly to the mat. And just stay here and breathe for one more breath. Very nice. And on your next inhalation, slowly walk your feet all the way to meet your palms at the top of the mat. Very slowly now, very gently, just walk your way all the way to your fingertips. And once you're here, just let yourself hang for a little while in your Uttanasana. If you like, maybe grab opposite elbows, sway from side to side in your ragdoll, warm up your hamstrings, warm up your calf muscles. You want to be very nice and warmed up during today's practice, because it definitely does help a lot to get into the poses when we're feeling a little more stretched out, very nicely warm in our entire body. So just sway from side to side. We just bounce a little bit over here, so you can really feel the tightness in your hamstrings. And when you're ready, just come back to the center, come back to stillness, and then release opposite elbows. This time, bend your knees as much as you need to so that your belly and thigh will touch. Then slowly straighten out the knees a little bit more if you can. Pause for a little while. Then slowly roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. Stand in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Feel very strong over here. Ground through your feet. Gaze towards the front of your room. Look far away. Stand here and pause for a little while. And prepare yourself to come into 3 rounds of sun salutation. So for our sun salutation, we will take the Hatha style. So we'll take it very slow, very easy. We'll try and get the alignment good and correct the first round, and then we'll go a bit quicker the second and the third round. So as you inhale, this time raise your arm all the way up. Then we come into a gentle back bend. So squeezing your glutes over here. Look further way back. And then as you exhale, fold from your hips all the way down. Forward fold into your Uttanasana. Once again in your Uttanasana over here, keep breathing. You want to bend your knees a little bit, belly and thigh to touch as much as you can. If you need to bend your knees more, bend as much as you need. If not, just slowly straighten it up if that's okay for you. On your next inhalation here, with your hands planted to the ground, step your right foot back into your high lunge, then your left foot back into a high plank. And as you exhale this time, drop your knees, drop your chest, drop your chin. Inhale, slide up to baby cobra, look towards the ceiling, open up the chest a little more, very nice. And as you exhale, roll back to your downward facing dog. Stay here for one breath. Once again, ground your heels a little more, very nice. On your next inhalation, step your right foot in between your palms, then your left foot. And as you exhale, just fold a bit deeper here in your Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend here. And as you exhale, bring your palms to heart center. Samasthiti. Round two. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, fold from your hips all the way down. Uttanasana, belly and thigh to touch. Inhale, step your right foot back, then your left foot. And as you exhale, drop your knees, drop your chest, drop your chin. Inhale, slide up baby cobra. Open up the chest a little more. And as you exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Very nice. Point your hips towards the ceiling a little more. On your next inhalation, step your right foot in between your palm, then your left foot. And as you exhale, fold a bit deeper here in your Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, palms to heart center. Samasthiti. Last round here. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana, belly and thigh to touch as much as you can. Inhale, this time step your left foot back into your high lunge, then your right foot, high plank. Exhale, drop your knees, drop your chest, drop your chin. Inhale, slide up baby cobra, look towards the ceiling, open up the chest a little more. And as you exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Very nice. On your next inhalation here, step your left foot in between your palms, then your right foot. And as you exhale here, fold a bit deeper. Uttanasana. Inhale, raises up all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, bring your palms to heart center. Samasthiti. Now just standing in Tadasana over here for a little while. See where your breath is at. Bring your breath back to very deep inhalations and very long exhalations. So from your Tadasana now, you just want to step your left foot to the back of your mat. Open up your stance maybe about 1/3 of the mat width. Your back foot should be parallel to the back of your mat. And the middle point of your back foot should draw a very nice straight line to your right heel. Once you got to this stance correct, just slowly raise up your arms parallel to the ground. And as you inhale, imagine someone's pulling your hand further and further away from your body, as far front as you can go. And then exhale, drop your arm down. You can rest your palm on your shin, option 1. Option 2, hover it by your shin. Or option 3, to grab hold of your toe. But wherever you are and wherever you're placing your palm, just be mindful that your chest is not collapsing down, but you're opening up your chest. You want a very nice straight line from the tops of your fingers all the way to the bottom. So that is your left palm all the way down to your right palm, a very nice straight line. This is your Utthita Trikonasana. Imagine that you're being sandwiched in between 2 glass panels. You're trying to be as thin as possible. Open up the chest a little more, open up the hips. Stay here for 1 more breath. And on your next inhalation, come all the way up. This time we're going into a Paravita Trikonasana. For this particular pose, your back foot, instead of it being parallel to the back of the mat, this time you want to turn it 45 degrees. You want to open up your feet to be about hip width distance apart. So that means that your feet are not closed this way, but instead it's slightly open, so you have a very strong standing stance. So just get this entire stance correct first. The feet are the most important. Once you're comfortable over here, you're feeling very strong, you want to bring your left hand in front of you, your right hand goes behind you. So you have this very nice twist on your entire body here. And then look towards your left fingers. As you inhale, imagine someone's pulling your left hand as far front as possible as you can. And then as you exhale, bring your palm down towards your shin. Bring your right hand up. Look towards the ceiling. Stay here and breathe for one breath. And on your next inhalation, come all the way up. Then untwist your body, come to the tops of the mat. Then now we're going to change sides. So this time, step your right foot behind. Once again, make sure it's about 1/3 of the mat. So if you need, close up your stance a little bit more. The middle point of your right foot should draw this very nice line all the way to your left foot, your left heel rather. Bring out both your palms parallel to the ground. And as you inhale this time, imagine someone's pulling your left hand as far forward as possible. Then as you exhale, bring your palm to your shin, hover it, or bring it to your big toe. Lift up your right arm, point it towards the ceiling. Have a very nice line drawn from both your fingertips. And then look towards your thumb. Open up the chest a little more, open up the hips. And then on your next inhalation, come all the way up. This time we're going to come into Parabita Trikonasana. So once again, your Parabita Trikonasana, be mindful that your stance is hip-width distance apart. Your back foot is pointed 45 degrees. This time, bring your right hand to the front, your left hand goes behind. You want to be very mindful that you are having this very lovely twist with your entire upper body first. That's the most important part. Look towards your right fingertips, and as you inhale, pull it as far forward as possible. And then as you exhale, bring your palm to your shin. Bring the other arm up. Look towards the ceiling. Stay here for one breath. And on your next inhalation, come all the way up first. Then untwist your body. Bring yourself to the tops of the mat. As you inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend. As you exhale, bring yourself all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, this time step your right foot back, then your left foot. High plank, and then as you exhale, drop your knees, drop your chest, drop your chin. Inhale, slide up to baby cobra. And as you exhale, push back, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, step your right foot in between your palm, then your left foot. And as you exhale, fold a bit deeper in your Uttanasana. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, bring your palms to heart center, Samastitihi. This time, you want to step your left foot behind. We're going to come into a warrior one. So for your warrior one, once again, you want to make sure that your stance is about hip-width distance apart. So you're going to try, instead of keeping your feet like this, you're going to open it hip-width distance apart. Have this very nice, strong stance. Your hips should be squared to the front of the room very nicely. And then your back foot is actually pointed about 45 degrees. So once you have your hip-width distance apart stance, then slowly turn your back foot a little bit, 45 degrees if that is for you today. Once you're here, just sink a bit lower. Be mindful that your knees are not going beyond your toes. You're forming this very nice 90 degrees on your entire right legs. Your body's not slanting forward or too far back here, just being very neutral with your body. Sink a bit lower, drop your shoulders, look in between your palms. Very nice, stay here for one breath. Suck in your belly a bit more. And then on your next inhalation, this time, turn your arms, come into your warrior two. But for your warrior two, you need to bring your back foot a bit closer so that the heel of your right foot
draws a very nice line to the middle point of your left foot. So once again, once you're here, sink a bit lower, your warrior two, arms are parallel to the ground. You want to make sure that your right knee is not beyond your right toes, your body is not too forward, too far back. You're very nice and neutral. Sink a bit lower, look towards your right fingertips. Stay here and breathe for one breath. And then on your next inhalation, drop your forearm to your right thigh. Bring your left arm overhead. From here now, in your extended side angle, you want to be mindful that you're not collapsing your chest down, but you're actually shining your chest towards the ceiling. Your fingers, you're looking towards your fingers. Very nicely. Feel a very nice stretch on your entire left side of your body. Stay here and breathe for one breath. And then on your next inhalation, come back all the way up. Warrior two first, very strong. Then cartwheel your palms down. Step back, take your vinyasa. If you like to challenge yourself, come into your chaturanga. Then upward facing dog. Then come back to your downward facing dog. Very nice. This time, step your left foot in between your palm. Then your right foot. And as you exhale, fold a bit deeper. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend. And as you exhale, bring your palms to heart center, Samasthiti. So from your tops of your mat this time, step your right foot behind. Come into your warrior one. So once again, be mindful of your alignment, your stance. This is about hip width distance apart. Your hips are squared to the front of your mat. Then slowly sink a bit lower. Make sure your front knee is not going beyond your toes. Look towards the ceiling, drop your shoulders, don't bring it up. Sink a bit lower for one breath here. And then on your next inhalation, open up to your warrior two. Be mindful that your back leg has a very nice alignment here. That the back of your left heel draws a very nice straight line to the middle point of your right foot. Once again, arms parallel to the ground. Look towards your left fingertips, sink a bit lower. Stay here for one breath. And then on your next inhalation, drop your forearm to your left thigh. Bring your right arm overhead. So if it helps you to actually circle your right arm, do that. Look towards your right fingertips. Sink a bit lower if you can. Open up the chest, shine towards the ceiling. Stay here for one breath. And on your next inhalation, warrior two first, very strong. Then cartwheel your palms down, step back, take your vinyasa. If you need to drop your knees, chest, chin, do that. We all meet back and downward facing dog. Now from a downward facing dog, just slowly walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Very slowly. And then just let yourself dangle here for a little while. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. And then come back to stillness. Release opposite elbows if you did grab hold of them. Slowly roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. And when you're ready now, we're just going to come into our Utkatasana, or chair pose. So for our Utkatasana, a few options that you can take. You can keep your feet close together. I like to take this option, and then when you sit back down, you can keep your knees apart. Sometimes I tend to close it if I really want to suck in everything. I find that closing and letting my knees touch is easier. So from the side view, when you sit back into your chair pose, just be very mindful now that your knees are not beyond your toes, so you can still see your big toes. So it's important to get this alignment right. You're sucking in your belly, you're tucking in your tailbone. Then you sit a bit lower here. Once you make sure the alignment is correct, look in between your palms. Maybe straighten up the body a little more. Try and get your balance and sink a bit lower. Very nice. Stay here for one more breath. And then on your next inhalation, fold from your hips all the way down, Uttanasana. Stay here for one breath. Once again, on your next inhalation, come back into your Utkatasana. This time in your Utkatasana, we want to come into our Garadusana. So sit low in your Utkatasana first, then slowly raise up your right leg. Bring your right arm under your left arm. Eagle arms. Bring your arms up and away from your face. Then sink a bit lower here in your Garadusana for one breath. On your next inhalation, unravel everything. Just fall to the ground in your Uttanasana once again. Stay very strong. Very nice. On your next inhalation, sit back into your Utkatasana chair pose for one breath. Then bring your left foot up. Wrap it around your right leg. Your left hand comes under your right arm. Bring your arms up and away from your face. Then sink a bit lower here in your chair pose for one breath. On your next inhalation, unravel everything. Once again, fall to the ground. Uttanasana. This time from your Uttanasana, slowly sit yourself all the way down. Very nice. Now that you're seated on the ground, we're going to come into a few rounds of seated stretches just to loosen up all the muscles. So I like to always peel the flesh of my bum away from my sit bones. Sit very tall, very nice, legs extended out. You know what, we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, our forward fold. So from here, just inhale, raise your arms all the way up, straight back. And as you exhale, maybe place your palms on your shin. Maybe place your palms on your ankles. But if you can, slowly bring your fingers to your big toes, your peace fingers that is. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine a little more. And as you exhale, fold a bit deeper. So you want to be very mindful that you're folding from your hips and you're not hunching your body like this. The point is not to get the hip to your shin, but the point is to get your belly to your thighs with a straight back. So once again, as you inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, you're moving forward towards your big toes. Look at your big toes, those lovely big toes. Stay here for one more breath. And then on your next inhalation, come all the way up. Straighten your back first. We're going to go for one more round here. As you inhale, once again, raise up your arms. This time, as you exhale, maybe go a bit deeper. If you can, catch the outsides of your feet. Then slowly pull yourself down once again. Very nice. On your next inhalation, come all the way up. And slowly bring the soles of your feet to touch. We're going to come into our Baddha Konasana. So from this pose over here, once your feet are touching, as you inhale, you want to lengthen the spine first. And as you exhale, you're going to fold from your hips forward. So I like to keep my elbows on my thighs so that I'm really pressing down my legs. And you're just going to fold very nicely here. Stay here and breathe for 2 breaths. Go a bit deeper for one more breath. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to come all the way up. Pause for a little while. And then slowly open up your legs. We're going to come into a forward fold. So as you inhale here, just lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, slowly walk your hands away from your body. So maybe what you can manage today is just like this and it's perfectly fine. Maybe one day you slowly bring your forearms to the ground, that's great. Maybe slowly one day you can work even further. Bring your head to the floor, maybe bring your chin to the ground, maybe one day belly and floor will touch. Stay here and breathe. And then on your next inhalation, walk yourself all the way back. Very nice. You're going to make your way into a happy baby pose. So bring the soles of your feet to point towards the ceiling. your knees to point towards the ground. Grab the outsides of your feet, then just rock from side to side. And when you're ready, come to stillness. And then you're just going to pull your feet down towards the ground so that your knees can come as close to the floor as possible. Very nice, just stay here and breathe for 2 breaths. And then slowly release the legs, bring it to the ground. Let your entire body rest on the floor. If you like to bring the soles of your feet to touch, you can. If not, just straighten out your legs. Pause for a little while before you slowly stretch out your feet. Bring your arms overhead. Give yourself a very nice long stretch here. And then slowly rock over to your right hand side. Pause for a little while. Then make your way up to a very comfortable seated position once again. Now in a seated position here, you just want to have to take a hero's pose, or if you like to just cross the legs. Bring your palms on top of your knees or thighs. And if you have not already, just gently close your eyes. Take this time now to observe any differences with your body. Any points of lightness, or identify any other points that may still feel a little tight. Take this time now to also be grateful for the amazing body that you have that has enabled you to do so many things. We'll close this practice with 1 long inhalation and 1 long exhalation. So inhale very deeply and very slowly through your nose. And then exhale very slowly through your nose. Come back to normal breathing. Bring your palms to your heart center. Thank yourself for arriving on your mat once again. Give yourself a gentle bow. All the way back up. Thank you for joining me in today's session. My name is JT, and it was very nice to have you practice with me today.